Are we on?
We are.
Oh, good evening. Yeah, here we are. It is season 2, episode 66. And folks, we've done it. We have come to the end of one hell of a year. And so we got to do something, because I tell you what, I am not leaving you without getting you to the biggest and best New Year. It's got to be, because this last one sucked. And we're going to do it, and I got a very special drink. See what I did there? It said very, I said berry, because it's a small hint that it's a berry. Who cares, Paul? I don't. Look, we're doing Quarantine Kir Royal. Yeah, this is heavy duty. It's actually not heavy duty. It's a very light champagne cocktail. And, hold on. It's not what I'm drinking now. But I have a raspberry in here. So I was halfway there. I had a berry. Anyway, folks, are you ready for this? Come on. I got a lot of things to share. It's quarantine cocktail time. Blue Monkey Quarantina. The only business is monkey business. And cocktails. And love. Happiness. There's a lot that happens in here. Folks, here we are. It's time. It is the end of the year. Folks, this is the last episode of the Blue Monkey Quarantina for 2020. Gasp. I know. We'll talk about that later. I have a plan. All right. So, what are we doing tonight? So, we are doing, look, it's New Year's Eve tomorrow night. And I thought we have got to have some sort of fantastic champagne cocktail to ring in the new year. I'm giving you the easiest, simplest, possibly most delicious champagne cocktail that we've done so far. The Kir Royal. Paul, what is it? Where's it come from? Well, let's talk about where it comes from. You got to go back to 1876. And there's a man who is Canon Felix Kir. So Canon, he's a priest, and he's got a great title. And who is he? Did he do anything? I don't know. Born in 1876. I'll give you a brief bio of the man. He goes off to seminary in his teens. Yeah, becomes a priest. Good man. Then France basically pulls him into the French army. He serves his time. Then he gets into politics. After politics, he ends up starting a Catholic newspaper. Okay. Then he actually was sentenced to death. Yeah, so that happened. Yeah, no big deal. He was helping people flee to England, and the Germans didn't like that. So they sentenced him to death twice. He got out of it. No big deal. After that, he actually was elected mayor of his town, Dijon. Okay, good. Okay. Then, there's an attempt on his life. Yeah, that happened. People broke into his house, shot him twice, and he had a wallet in his pocket. Probably saved his life because one of the bullets hit his wallet. Apparently, a lot of money for a priest in there. So, yeah, that happened. And then, let's see what else happened to him. Elected mayor, attempted life. Oh, yeah, and then he made a cocktail. Yeah, and apparently he was the originator of Shop Local, because the cocktail that he used to give everyone was basically, it was not called the Kir at all at that time. No, it was simply called Blanc Cassis. And what it was again, all local ingredients. He used white Burgundy, so that's a type of wine. It's a white Burgundy grape. And he would take that wine and he would mix it with creme de cassis. And that was his, known cocktail. He fed it to everybody. And apparently, he was the head of the town. Very jovial, happy man. How couldn't you be? I mean, in my short bio, he escaped death 3 times. So, this guy had to be happy all the time, right? Anyway, creme de cassis takes us to the next level of this drink. What is it? What is creme de cassis? Well, creme de cassis takes us to this whole area of berry liqueurs. And again, I'm not being punny now and being very liqueur. There are a bunch of different berry-based liqueurs. And there's a little confusion or curiosity, I don't know. I'm just trying to fill a few minutes here, folks, so this is all I got tonight. But let me give you the 3 common berry liqueurs. Probably the most common one that everybody knows is Chambord. Now, let me tell you about this. So not only was Felix Kir from France, the whole show tonight, it's all French. Because Chambord, this is French-based as well. Now, you've got to go back to 1700, no wait, 1800, oh wait, no, that's not right. 1982, folks. This stuff is not that old.
Such a disappointment.
It is. It was probably the most disappointing things I learned. It was in minute 7 of my research tonight where I was like, wait, Chambord just got created in 1982?
I mean, that's old now, but that's not that old.
It's not that old. I'm feeling young. Anyway, Chambord is not old. It looks old. It sounds old. It's delicious. It ain't old. 1982 is when this came into creation. Now, to give it full credit, it is based off a 1600 raspberry liqueur, but it wasn't bottled and created until 1982. It is simply raspberries with a brandy base. Deliciousness. And the most common popular berry liqueur out there. Now, the next one, going by age, you got to go back to 1890, and that is Creme Yvette. That is not this, but it's similar. So Creme Yvette is basically violet petals, raspberries, strawberries, and it's the first berry liqueur that enters cassis. Cassis, Paul, you said that like 20 times. What is cassis? Cassis is the French word. I told you it's all French tonight. Cassis is the French word for black currants. So that is the first one with the black currant berry in it. Now, don't get creme de cassis, or don't get Creme Yvette confused with Creme de Violet. Creme de Violet, which is from the same family, is purely violet petals. And that's what we have here. I'm going to just put it away. I don't want you to get confused. But that takes us all the way to 1800. And in 1800, that is where Creme de Cassis came from. That is the original berry liqueur, and what we're going to use tonight. That is a true mix when we make the Kir Royal. And this is pure blackberry currants, and basically they just distill those down and rest them in alcohol, strain it, and you end up, and it's kind of a thicker, almost syrupy type liqueur. The Kir Royal, again, the original drink. So how to get its name? So originally, again, I told you it was called the Blanc Cassis, but in honor of Felix Kir, they ended up going back and renaming the drinks. So there's 2 drinks: the Kir, which is creme de cassis and any white wine, and then the Kir Royal, which is creme de cassis and champagne. So, let's make the damn thing, Paul. Just, I mean, if you're that excited about it, it's that simple, just make it. I am. So, side note, I mean, just so we're all clear, champagne is basically a white wine. The only difference is that white wine, basically, after it's distilled, it goes through a second distillation process. We've talked about this. And how they do that, just so you know, is they basically take the wine, put it into the bottle, add some sugar, and that sugar reactivates the yeast. It gives it a second distillation. And what they do, the bottles are actually stored as such. No cork, it's actually sealed. And then what they do, it's called riddling, and they let that second fermentation, and they just, every day, they turn the bottle. And what happens is that yeast, everything settles to the bottom. Every day, riddling. Just, yeah. And then, here's how they do it. So once it's all done, the second fermentation, they take the bottle, they quick freeze it, and what happens is then they flip it over, it's frozen, they open it up, that basically pops out, and then that releases, and they take out that frozen piece of all the yeast and everything in there, then they quickly bottle it, or stop it. That's when they put the cork and wire it and all that, and then it's ready for you to enjoy today.
Yay!
There you go. All right. Everything you ever need to know about champagne in 35 seconds. Done. So, So, bottle champagne. Open. Oh, here comes my favorite sound.
My favorite sound, too.
Are you guys ready? So.
Magic.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to get this close up.
Oh,
sorry. That was me.
All over. It's all good. It's worth it.
Deliciousness. Sorry. All right. So your bottle of champagne. Start there. Now, the drink itself, folks, I'm telling you, easy, easy. First of all, again, get your creme de cassis. Could you use this? You can, but it won't actually be a Kir Royal. Actually, that is closer to a, it's probably closer to a Flirtini, because the Flirtini uses Chambord. So get your creme de cassis, and all you got to do is 1 ounce and put it into a champagne glass. Total side note. So champagne flute. What's the best thing to drink champagne out of it? Is it this, or is it the coupe? So there's a debate on this. So the idea is when you pour champagne out, the coupe, which is traditional, is wonderful, and the reason it's wonderful is because it lets it breathe. Like any wine has to breathe, and when you drink it, you're able to get the fragrance, the nose, the smell. The problem is the bubbles, they dissipate very quickly. So a lot of people say that's not the right glass. So enter the flute. The flute, which really became popular in about the 1970s, is wonderful because the bubbles, because it's narrow, it allows them to last longer, and you'll see them climb up. It's almost picturesque, and people say the flute was actually created to make the champagne last longer, but it was a commercial purpose. And the reason it was a commercial purpose is, one, if you poured champagne to serve to people, it would stay fresher longer in a tall glass like this. Plus, it looked better because the bubbles continue to trap, they stay up. And if you're serving it, you can fit probably about 5 times more of these on a tray than you can these. This is all true. I don't make anything up on this show that you're aware of. And anyway, but the problem is that this doesn't allow it to breathe properly. So a lot of people think that this is not the right glass, that this is too commercial, because you can't smell, you don't have any. Here's my rule of thumb. Whatever you have that is clean, that you can pour any sort of alcohol or liquor into, is the appropriate glass. And I happened to clean these earlier, so we're going to go with those. So, back to the drink. 1 ounce of creme de cassis. I'm using my lovely new... I haven't used these yet, so... Oh. All right, I gotta... This is my new little toy I got. And folks, it's as simple as then topping off with champagne. So in a glass, this is going to be probably about 5 to 1. Oh, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Top those off. There it is, folks. This is going to be your champagne cocktail as you ring in 2021. Garnish, because we're going to garnish it. You're not going to surprise at the end, you know? And boom. And then the last thing, of course, folks, if you're going to ring in the new year, come on, let's be smart. Whatever you do, in emergency, they're backing me on this. Emergency, bringing in 2021, healthy and wise, 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C, right here, folks. Emergency, sponsoring this year's 2021, not sponsoring our show, and you're going to want to go just a little sprinkle on top of each one. Look, new fizz, because it brings life to everyone. And folks, there it is. There is your Quarantine Kir Royal.
Chink.
Chink. Truly a chink. celebration right here. Cheers to all. Smells great. Oh, that is. There's just nothing wrong with this. Folks, it's champagne, and then, again, blackcurrant liqueur. It's so great. It's just such an easy, wonderful drink. And the beauty of it is, it's so simple. A little champagne, boop. And then you don't have to mix it. All the bubbles, they do the mixing for you. It's a party in a glass. All right. So last thing I'll leave you with. Since it's been French all night, if I didn't mention that, let me leave you with this. This is if we're going to do a cheers, let's do cheers in French. And that would be a votre santé. A votre santé. And so that is to your health in French. And that's how they would do a cheers in France. And I don't know of a better way to bring in the new year than to your health. Because, I mean, with everything going on, everything in the world, look, health, life, all of it, enjoy it. This is what it's all about. And on that note, should I talk about this? She's nodding yes. All right, so, folks, this is episode 66. So we did 62 in season 1. We did 66 in season 2. That is 128 episodes. We're not done. Unless you tell me we're done, we're not done. But here's what we're going to do. The new year, we're going to mix it up. We're going to go to a new schedule. So here's the idea. We're going to have one more season. All right? Season 3, if you're ready for it, and I got to know that you're ready for it, we're going to go to once a week. We're going to Sunday. So, side note, this is the last hump that as of now I'm going to give you. So here's your French hump. Here's your bubbly hump. No, here's your New Year hump. But it's your last hump. And but only on Wednesdays. Hold on. Ooh. Oh my God, it's good. So starting in the new year, Sundays only. We're going to stay at 7:30, but we're going to just go on Sundays only, once a week, unless there's some fantastic special occasion. And we may throw in some special shows or whatever. But if you're with me, and if you want it, we're going to keep going. And we're going to have fun. I still got about 8 more cocktails I still want to make that I haven't had again. But here's the last part of this.
And about 8 more t-shirts left.
Yeah, I'm almost done with t-shirts. I got a few more, but if there's a repeat on t-shirts, so be it. Here's the deal I'll make you. If you catch me with a repeat on a t-shirt and you call it on the show, I'll send you the damn t-shirt. You can have it. It's your t-shirt. So that's our plan for next year. I hope you're in. We're having a blast. A lot of drunkenness. I don't know. It's all good. Is anybody watching tonight?
Yes.
No,
There's
3 people.
No.
3. We got 3 people.
More than 3.
There's more than 3. I'm just kidding.
And they're enjoying the show so
All
far.
right. So, folks, love you. I hope you're in for one more season. Season 3. Sundays only-ish. I hope you enjoyed your last hump. I've enjoyed humping you this last season.
That's so wrong.
66 times. Why couldn't we have gotten to 69? I could have had the 69 hump. Boy, that would have been fun. Oh, well. We'll figure out something. Folks, I love you. Cheers to all of you. Happy New Year. I hope you make this part of your celebration. For God's sakes, I hope we have a better year coming up. We're going to stick with you, though. We'll see you next year. And we'll see you on Sunday, 7:30s. Good night.